I'm Stacy Bresler, managing partner here at Archer, and today we're going to peel back one of the most common and dangerous findings in OT penetration testing, and that is privilege escalation paths between your IT and your OT networks. On paper, we know these environments are supposed to be separated. IT runs the business operations, the email, the finance, the HR systems, while OT runs the control systems that actually keep the lights on, the water flowing, and the fuel moving. But in real world, those lines tend to blur, and that's exactly where the attackers tend to thrive. Here's what it looks like in practice. An attacker doesn't start in your OT environment. What they do is they get a foothold in IT. Maybe it's a stolen domain credential, maybe it's a compromised laptop, maybe it's a weak VPN. But from there, they look for the stepping stones that bridge the two worlds. And that could be a poorly segmented jump host, shared service accounts with the same password in both domains, or Active Directory trust relationships that give them more access than anyone realized. Once they find any of these cracks, escalation can happen very quickly. Suddenly, what looked like a minor IT compromise becomes access to engineering workstations, the historian servers perhaps, or even HMIs. And because OT systems often lack the same monitoring and logging as IT worlds, the attacker can move kind of quietly while your team still thinks the incident is contained in the business network. This is why in an OT penetration test, we have to pay close attention to privilege escalation paths. We don't just ask if IT and OT are segmented, we test whether that segmentation actually holds up under pressure. Can we pivot from a low-level IT account to OT domain admin in 3 moves? Can we abuse weak RDP settings to jump across the boundary? Can we find cached credentials on a system that bridges both environments? These are the real world scenarios that adversaries are using, and they're actually what your test should expose. And the good news is that once you know where those paths exist, you can fix them. Enforce unique credentials across IT and OT, strengthen segmentation by limiting trust relationships. You can harden your jump hosts and require multi-factor authentication, MFA. And most importantly, monitor for lateral movement so that if someone does get inside, you can spot that escalation before it reaches any of these critical systems. At the end of the day, privilege escalation, it isn't just a hacker trick. It's the pathway that turns a small incident into potentially something catastrophic. That's why it's one of the most important things we validate in any OT penetration test. So, I'm Stacy Bresler, and this has been On Target with Archer. Thanks for watching. Stay secure, stay vigilant, and I'll see you next time.
Don't miss out on any of our insightful content. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay informed whenever we release new videos. For top-tier security solutions, Archer is your trusted partner. Explore our offerings at archerint.com and get in touch via email or phone to fortify your company's defenses. Your questions drive our content. Leave them in the comments below and join us every Monday for a fresh episode of On Target with Archer.